The Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One, date February 27, 2022. Resolution on all 12. We remind that the International Treasury Monetary One is the owner and manager of the World Global Account of the International Treasury Monetary One 010001488877 C3 AM01, which was allocated in the World Bank until October 29, 2021, and distributed to various banks in countries around the world. We remind that the International Treasury Monetary One is the owner and manager World Global Account of the International Treasury Monetary One, NO 011-700-35-16 222-777-888-999, which was allocated in the World Bank until October 29, 2021. We remind that the International Treasury Monetary One is the owner and manager of assets, including accounts under the names White Spiritual Boy, Spiritual Wonder Boy, Spiritual Wonder Brothers, Morning Star, King David, Prophet Muhammad, Demas and Saint Timothy, White Mongolia, White Vatican, White Eagle, Maria Sinukuan or Divine Crystal, Maria Divine Banahaw or Sunflower, Maria Cristina or Divine Magdalene, Maria Makiling or Divine Ester Egg, Falcon, Alpha Omega, and other accounts located in different banks in 189 countries around the world. We are guided by previous resolutions and statements of the International Treasury Monetary One, confirming the resolution on 01 from April 7, 2020, anti-crisis financial measures. Resolution on 02, dated the 2nd June 2020, the one way out of the global financial crisis. Resolution on 04, dated February 23, 2021, cancellation of historical assets in order to form a balanced new financial system. Resolution on 05, dated July 16, 2021. Resolution on 06, dated September 13, 2021. Resolution on 07, dated October 1, 2021. We remind that the right to own and manage global financial assets is transferred by the main accounts custodian of the system, the Sacred Master, His Divine Holiness Salomon B. Rizal, Ancestor Rizal, full name, spiritual Spanish judge in the whole world, Ueda Hugo Jove, and his descendants have been chosen by Holy Providence since the beginning of time. In the family lineage of the Rizals, the right of the custodian is transferred from the father to the son. The mothers of each guardian are numbered among the Holy Mothers of the Catholic Church. We remind that the history of the seizure of the world assets is full of investigation, war and confrontation about the discovery of a trial, blood, and death. The origins of the seizure of the first formation of a trust, testamentary trust, testamental trust on November 18, 1302, when Pope Boniface VIII issued a papal decree, Papal Bull, Unam Sanctam, which declared that it belongs to the whole world of the Church. This testamentary trust, being the global assets manager, from 13th to 16th, 17th, became the core of the feudal system of land ownership on the planet Earth. We remind that in 1950, by the will of the Holy See and permission of the elders and the royal families, signed an agreement, Trillennium, according to which the gold of the royal families and countries was transferred to the Trillennium International Trust. The Trilateral Trillennium Tripartite Gold Commission was created. We remind that in 1944, the Trillennium successor was the Bretton Woods Agreement, which was signed by all participating countries, and also signed by the USSR for a period of 50 years. In 1971-1972, the Bretton Woods system was replaced by the Jamaican currency system based on free currency trading, free currency conversation. We remind that Trilateral Trillennium Tripartite Gold Commission operated in the period from 1944 to 1995 with the participation of various states of the world for a period of 50 years. During this period, the trusts of the financial system New World Order were formed, the head of which was transferred the right monetary one. We state that many royal families today are represented by members of the so-called dark nobility. We thoroughly know all the data on members of the dark nobility, which has a great influence on building strategies for the Committee of 300 and other international organizations, including World Bank, the IMF, the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, various structural organizations of the UN, etc. We state that in order to maintain the ability to control and manipulate humanity, the Holy See and all the royal families, the dark nobility retained various tools of the influence, such as presence in the management of global organizations. We state that the main policy of the dark nobility and institutions of influence today is aimed at the genocide of the peoples, the secretly emergent totalitarian world government, formation of a complete totalitarian control system on Earth, with the transformation of authoritarian regimes into submission to a single totalitarian center on Earth. At the same time, their goals are aimed at building a utopian world state with control through the formation of totalitarian regime, with the presence and provision of a comprehensive ideologization of the population. We state that the main policy of the dark nobility and institutions of influence today is aimed at the genocide of the peoples, in particular at the genocide of the Slavic people, by any means, for example, through putting each other the formation of stable conflicts, wars, poisoning through food using banned chemical substances, GMOs, controlling the entire chain from production to sales system to the end user, and other ways. We state that the part of the main policy of the dark mobility and institutions of influence today is aimed at changing history, culture, erasing the history of the past from memory, rewriting history from generation to generation, removing roots of ties with the culture of ancestors. Because with the break in communication with the history of ancestors, with the cultural population of ancestor, one can easily impose any ideology at achieving dark goals. We state that the transformation of all regimes into a single totalitarian regime on Earth is carried out throughout the formation of genocide, the formation and maintenance of conflicts, wars, the formation and maintenance of organized crime. While these misanthropes remain unpunished for centuries, being the main ideologies of all the troubles of the common people. We note that the International Treasury Monetary One cannot be a participant in misanthropic processes and only condemns all the actions of the above groups, but also, based on the power, will, and right of divine providence, announces the beginning of the end of time for all misanthropic groups. We know that the International Treasury Monetary One, due to its universal nature and legitimacy, is a unique and key organization for finding effective solutions in international economic issues to influence the development process in the world, and reaffirms that the International Treasury Monetary One is well positioned to participate in various reform processes aimed at improving and strengthening the efficient functioning of the international financial system and its architecture, while recognizing that the International Treasury Monetary One and international financial institutions are endowed with complementary capabilities, due to why coordination of their actions is crucial. We, International Treasury Monetary One, reaffirm the purposes set forth in our Charter, including the purposes of to carry out international cooperation in resolving international problems of economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian nature, and to be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations in achieving these common goals. The principles of the Charter are of particular relevance in dealing with current problems. The International Treasury Monetary One is well positioned to participate in various reform processes aimed at improving and strengthening the efficient functioning of the international financial system and its structure. This resolution is a part of our collective efforts, led by Divine Providence, to overcome the crisis. This resolution builds on and contributes to what is already being done by various stakeholders and platforms, and is intended to support further action, give it real substance, and give it political momentum. This resolution also highlights the importance of the role of the International Treasury Monetary One in international economic issues, and the role in the restructuring of the architecture of the world financial system. The International Treasury Monetary One decides, due to the unauthorized use of historical assets, which causes significant damage to the formation of a new balanced financial system in the world, the financial assets previously issued against the gold backing of the above accounts are considered cancelled and invalid. The following issued assets based on gold backing are no longer tied to a gold backing, no longer represent financial importance, and are devoid of financial energies. We revoke all rights, powers to assets that were previously transferred under management and disposal for the following organizations, groups, persons placed in central, national, and/or state banks, commercial banks, different countries around the world. Testamentary Trust of November 18, 1302 of the Vatican. The Trilateral Trillennium Tripartite Gold Commission of 1915. New World Order Financial System Trusts. We activated the blocking of all system access codes for accounting, distribution, and control that these dark nobility groups and all organizations, banks, and companies affiliated with them had. In connection with the transfer of assets to our full disposal and management, observing all the norms of international law, the assets are entered into the balance sheet of the International Treasury Monetary One. In this regard, we strongly recommend starting the procedure for removing these assets from the balance sheet, all securities based on the basis of these assets, and facing the liquidation of real and fit financial resources received during the period of use of our assets. We warn that the possibility of considering the preservation of foreign securities, real and fit financial resources, on the basis of a database of assets that have not been put in use and have not been sent to social projects until this moment is absent. Consideration of proposals is impossible. We instruct from the moment of receiving this notification to make the necessary system notifications in the World Financial System within 48 hours, in order to timely notify all banking and interbank organizations. We remind that any actions with the use of assets under our management for the purpose of monetization in the financial system are a crime and lie on the corporate and personal responsibility of persons, officials and bank officers who committed these crimes. We recommend that all countries, organizations of persons storing these assets, in order to prevent fraud and deception of bona fide subjects of the law, are required to transfer these documents and products to the International Treasury Monetary One for inclusion in the Liquidation Act in order to record, analyze, and evaluate the integrity of the ex-custodians, ex-holders, and ex-managers the right to manage these historical assets of the world financial system. As a reminder, the sacred rights of the custodians of the above assets have been revoked, and any action contrary to the resolution of the International Treasury Monetary One, number 4th of February 23, 2021, cancellation of historical assets in order to form a balanced new financial system, will have immediate, inevitable, sacred and obvious consequences for the custodians with appearance in the material world. The control and audit of the implementation of this resolution number 12 is entrusted to the Executive Committee of the International Treasury Monetary One. Approved, completed, and executed. Date 22nd of February 2022. His Majesty Alexander Nikolaevich Paramonov, Secretary General, Chief Treasurer of the International Treasury Monetary One, President and Chief Operating Officer of Vice Spirit Juboy, RSP Global Corp Incorporated, UNNO 509-519.